I don't think I do it.
But Arsenal started like a house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show post-match therapy. I woke up this morning and still in a state of flux. I need you to cheer me up. That's why we're here. Because I'm not feeling great. I've had a look at the fixtures, the demoralising defeat yesterday, and I think we might. I think we might be going down. Please.
Big man thing, yeah. Brav, it's not looking good, Brav. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good, is it? It is not looking good. That performance yesterday, second half, was abysmal. We're hearing a lot of chat as well that apparently players were fighting at half time. I've read it's Ayling and Rocker. I've heard it's McKennie and Rocker. That's not great. And then when you consider the absolute abysmal performance at in the second half, I mean, this is perfect.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
That is basically it. Like, we were good in the first half. Maybe I over-egged it. I do think we should have been 3 to the good. Johnston made a lot of saves. I think, I said it on the watch along at the time. We started to drop off as soon as we got that first goal. It was clear we showed them more respect than we did Forest. And what I mean by that is Grazia, even before we'd scored, when they had the ball, we dropped a lot deeper than we did against Nottingham Forest. You could tell that. We were in more of a low block, I felt. But I did say, we were doing that out of possession anyway, but it became worse when we went 1-0 up. And 1-0 is not a safe scoreline. They're probably, Leeds that, isn't it? Leeds that. But, I felt secure. I did feel secure. But then obviously the goal right on half time from Mark Guay, he knocks the stuffing out of us. But they're professional footballers, and they've come back from worse than this, I guess. And that's my only saving grace. But I look at the fixtures now and I'm starting to worry. I am starting to worry because, if we beat Palace, the confidence still sky high. The players will be on the floor. I'm on the floor. I'd imagine a lot of you are on the floor. But yeah, Hannah's right in the chat. The goal before halftime killed us. But it still doesn't accept, or still doesn't make it right, that second half performance, because like Nige D's just said, it was an absolute collapse. A collapse of monumental proportions. It's not been like that for a long time. It's not been like that for a long time. A lot of people make it like, I've seen someone say about Good Friday when we lost to Wigan, etc. But this was worse, This, for me, is like, the batterings that we received off Sheff Wednesday and Nottingham Forest kind of vibes at Ellen Road and, them sort of games. This is up there with them, For us to come out in the second half and have 4 goals put past us in quick succession as well. To give Andre Ayew 2 goals. Jordan Ayew, sorry. Andre, I don't know. I don't care, really. I don't care. Whichever Ayew brother it was, put 2 past us after he'd got 1 in 32. Yeah, Radaby Leeds says, thanks for the super chat. Thanks, everyone, for supporting the channel. Radaby Leeds, it's going to go to the wire like last season. That's our level right now. Shouldn't be, though, should it? It shouldn't be. We should have won yesterday. We should have won yesterday for sure. We had it there. Off the top of my head now, I'm looking at Sinistera. He had a chance early doors that, I back him to scoring. Bamford had no. So I think there needs to be changes as well. And that's probably going to be Luke Ayling as well. But I don't know if you can change him because Rasmus isn't at the level, man. Rasmus had a bit of an upturn, but then at left back, and I know he's not a left back, but my God, he was brutal. I'd have rather he put Pascal at left back and brought Cooper on, genuinely, because, man, please keep it clean in the chat. Please be nice to one another. I know it's difficult. Yusuf, I don't know, mate. I don't even see. For me, this wasn't on Javi. People will question substitutions, etc., but the game plan was working. We were well on top. This is on the players for not finishing their dinner, and also the capitulation. And I know that people will say, well, this is, I want to get this out there as well, because this is, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, God, when you say one thing, meaning, this is, I forgot, my head's fuzzled. But basically, people will be saying, well, you never said that about Jesse. It was always Jesse. Yeah, because Jesse's, for me, this is my opinion, Jesse's tactics were woeful. Javi's are not. The tactics yesterday were good. We should have been in front. But then the players went out and they reverted back to type. Definitely reverted back to type. Not disingenuous, Robbie. No, that's not. No, it's hypocritical. People say it's hypocritical because I've seen it. Obviously, the Jesse Pipe smokers are back in the comments, as will always be the case whenever we lose a game of football. And people are saying it's hypocritical because you never blame the players under Jesse, right? To defend myself, I'll always say that Jesse's tactics were whack. And it's not about how many he conceded. Bielsa conceded 6 and 7. But you can't tell me then 45 commando that Jesse's a better manager of Javi or Bielsa just because he never conceded 5. Jesse was taking us down. We'd have already been, way down there. But the point I'm just trying to make is because people keep saying it, and I read my comments, I do see what you say, and people will say it's hypocritical on me, but I think I have a lot more faith in Javi than I did. Do you know what I mean? Than Jesse. That goes without saying. And for me, the tactics were right, but the players crumbled. The players fell off a cliff. Jack Harrison did not turn up. When you consider his performance against Nottingham Forest. 45 commando, that's just crazy talk, bro. You're rewriting history now, bro. Because Forest got him the sack. He couldn't beat teams in and around him. So, no. Richard Roth mentions about team selection. Let's talk about team selection then, okay? Team selection is not good enough. Luke Ayling. We haven't got a better right back. That goes down to Victor Orta for the squad building. And managers not giving Cody a chance. But there's a reason why he hasn't been given a chance. We're not privy to that information, folks. As well as he's doing in the Championship on both spells, he's still not getting played. He wasn't played by BLZ, he wasn't played by Jesse. So there's something there. Luke Ayling earned himself a 1-year deal because the club have actually looked at it and said, oh, damn, yeah, Rasmus is no good. We're probably not sure Cody's going to want to stay now. So we're going to have to give Luke a new deal. Will they want to go out and purchase another right back in the summer? They probably have to. Will they? Probably not. Because they've just, 45 commando. You're chat shit, bro. Get in the bin. Get in the bin. Don't rewrite history, mate. You're chatting shit now, on about it's a home game. You have no idea what you're talking about. Did you watch us under Jesse? Go away, man. I ain't got time for this no more this morning because I'm not in a good mood. So don't come trying to make out that Jesse would have won these games. Honestly, mate, you've banged your head or you've been smoking crack. You're the clown. Do one, right? As for, so Luke Illing has to. For me, Rasmus is worse than Luke. Rasmus is worse than Luke. Okay? For me. Okay? Bamford, right? Bamford, I understand. I can understand it, yeah? I can understand the Bamford chat now, and I would drop him. And I would start Rodrigo. I think Javi's playing him in off Bamford, and it doesn't work. Bielsa tried it. That's one thing that's one thing you've got to. The mob's out 45 commando because they understand ball and you don't. Do you know what I mean? That's why when you come in with crazy talk, you're gonna be. I just ain't got time for it this morning. Because I'm annoyed and I'm angry and I'm upset and all this sort of stuff. But back to it. The one thing Jesse got right was Rodrigo. You know, that's for sure. You cannot take that away from him. Rodrigo scored goals under Jesse. But Javi's continuing to play him off Bamford. And it's not working because it didn't work under Bielsa when he's playing in sort of that Brendan Aronson role. And Lervish, everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's fine. But this is my channel. You come for my opinion. If you're going to come with opinions that I think are wrong, you're going to be called out for it. If you want to get your own channel in it, you come for my opinion. Yeah. If you're going to come out and tell me that Jesse would have won all these games of football, it is poor. Poor. You know what I mean? So that's why. So Bamford, I would drop. I would for sure. Brendan Aronson, I thought had a good game yesterday. The one thing I will say, he went back to his he was back to his old self in terms of falling on the floor. There was one in the lead up to their goal where he just fell on the floor and wiggled around, and there was nothing. There was nothing in it. You know what I mean? He reverted back to type. This is what I'm talking about in terms of they reverted back to type. All of them reverted back to type. Bamford's touch was woeful. Ayling defending woeful. I'd take Bamford out, but I just don't know. Okay, you give Rasmus a go, but what if he's just as piss poor as he has been? Then what? Do you know what I mean? Luke can have good games. I understand that we need to replace him in the summer. I just don't think we can replace him in the starting 11 right now. Brendan, I thought was well. And Melier, listen, I think he's a good goalkeeper. Goalkeeper. But maybe he's at fault for the first goal. Maybe he's at fault for the first goal, but I don't know what he can do much about the others. It's more shoddy defending. Eze owns Ellen Road. He might as well. He had the freedom. Elise got 3 assists. He got 3 assists. I don't know. Yeah, Richard, I agree with you. It's disgraceful to watch. Disgraceful it was. Maybe we need Coop's leadership. We're missing it. We're missing it. I listened to Square Ball this morning, and Moscow made a fantastic point about Nonto. Nonto was trying his best to get sent off, and he said no one's grabbing him. No one's getting hold of Nonto and saying, listen, calm down. Calm down. You don't want to get a red. You don't want to go down to 10 men. Calm down. We were lacking it. We are lacking it. We are lacking it. But then again, this is what I mean. It's like, Cooper's the best thing since sliced bread. And I listen to KG quite a lot, and he makes these points, and I'm aware that I can be. That's why I like to get different opinions, and I'm me. I'm an emotional fan. I do hold a lot of credence in the players that got us up in that Bielsa era, etc. But so I don't want us to rewrite history and say that Cooper's going to sort it all, but we do miss his leadership. We miss Vauban more. We miss Vauban more. What happened yesterday as well? You know, I had question marks over Strauch before Forest, and then I was like, do you know what? No, he's put them questions to bed. They came back out yesterday. I think yeah, great on the ball, great footballer. Defensively, not that great. Defensively, not that great. Not strong enough, not bullish. That's why Vauban, we need that, right? We need that, right? Mime says you can't get perspective yet. Need to rightly be upset together now, then do something. Yeah. So tonight I'll be doing the final word. The final word. I'm not sure on the time yet. Probably around about 6 o'clock, 6, 7. But final word, and we'll get different perspectives, and hopefully everyone will have calmed down. Hopefully, we'll have calmed down. I think. But Jer will be on. Hopefully, Rocco. Kate will be on, and it just gives us some different opinions. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I worry. I do. I am worried now. I'm worried. We've got, because if you beat Palace, it's nice and the confidence remains, but now the confidence is gone. You know, the confidence is gone because it wasn't just a 2-1. It was 5-1. 5-1, and the goals were easy. I mean, the defending from Luke Ayling, the header, I think, is it Ayew? The way that he just falls on his knees because he realised brutal. He was brutal. I mean, Eze's goal when he cuts in and gives it to Elise, and then he gives it him back. Like, where's Rocker there? Left him. Josh says Bamford interview after the game, he didn't have a clue what to say. Just diverted his answers. Yeah, I think. I mean, how could you speak after that? I couldn't hardly speak on my watch along. They're on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? They're on the pitch. Now, Liverpool were excellent against Arsenal. I agree with you, Ryan. I do. But they're woeful away from home. And again, you know, we've seen them batter Man United 7 and then go get beat by Bournemouth. That's not out of the realms a possibility. Yeah, Heroic Dale, this is the big kicker, isn't it? I've seen this as well. I've seen Ayling and Rocker. So Ayling being on his phone and then Grazia kicking off. But I don't believe that, because Grazia is a strong. He just subbed him straight away. If Ayling was on his phone, he just subbed him straight away. There's not a chance Ayling's on his phone at halftime. I'm not having that. Surely not, anyway. Because if he was, then bin him off and don't play a game for the rest of the season for me. But yeah, I mean, Javi would have subbed him off. He ain't a mug. He is not a mug. So I don't see that. But listen, them fighting is a good thing. Can be. You know, this happens a lot at football. Of course it does. But it obviously had the adverse effect for us. But there needs to be an inquest. I hope they're in training now, all having a big meeting and finding out what went wrong. Because I still stand by the fact that mentality-wise, yeah, yesterday it fell off a cliff. And the old, you know, problems that we've had, I'll as we already know, the 4 times that we've been in the drop zone this season, a Premier League record, we've won the next game. Now, we're not in the drop zone yet, but what it says for me is the mentality when needed is there. You know? Yeah, David, this is what we're hoping for, isn't it? This is the truth, David. It's a spook result. I think that's what we've got to cling on to. And Chris, what I would say to this, they reverted to type. All the poor things that happened throughout this season all came back with a vengeance. Do you know what I mean? They all came back with a vengeance. So, you know, Yeah, I agree with this, Brian. It's hard for fans not to. Like, I woke up this morning and it's the first thing that came into my head. Last night, I switched off. I went to Net Chocolate. I watched Planet of the Apes. I went to sleep. I woke up this morning and it was back. It was back straight there in my head, and it's all like I listened to podcasts, but because there was only 2 games on Sunday, it's what a game. Arsenal, Liverpool, Palace batter Leeds. So I can't even listen to my bloody podcast because I'm like, I just don't want to be near it. I don't want to be near it. And I've come on here. Yeah, I don't know. Us and Forest. No, come on, John. We're not the worst team in the Premier League. Not a chance. Southampton are bottom. Leicester are they're the worst teams as it currently stands. You can't tell me Leicester or Southampton or Forest are better than us. We're not the 2 worst teams in the division. I understand it's hard after that, but we're not the worst team in the division. Jason, nice to get different perspectives. Says Newcastle fan here. I worry for you. You fell apart. Yeah, hope you stay up, but you need to be united, not just by name. Good luck. Yeah, thank you very much, mate, and good luck in the Champions League next season, brother. But you're right. Yeah, they just capitulated. Adrian, we are not the worst team in the division. Like, if you think you are, again, this all comes down to opinion, but Southampton are not better than us, bro. Leicester City on squad are, but on current form are not. And Jesse's turned them down. That's a mad one as well. I was hoping today to be waking up to a win and laughing at the fact that Jesse has the audacity to turn Leicester City down. There you go. He's turned Leicester City down. Leicester's huge, Omar. Leicester is huge, as is Bournemouth. I want to have a look at our fixtures. I'll share my screen. There's going to be a lot of interaction throughout this, so make sure you get your comments in and get involved. So these are our remaining fixtures, okay? So we've got Liverpool on Monday. Now, the big thing about that fixture as well for me, folks, is that everyone will have played. Everyone will have played. You know what I mean? Everyone will have played, so it'll be interesting to see, where the land lies ahead of that fixture. If I just share the next weekend's fixtures, just to give you an idea. So obviously we play Monday, so we're going to know what we're going to need to get. You know what I mean? That's the big one. That's the kicker. Villa Newcastle doesn't affect us. Chelsea Brighton doesn't affect us. Everton Fulham is massive. Fulham genuinely have fallen off a cliff, people. They've fallen off a cliff. No Mitrovic. I'm expecting Everton to win that one. Yeah. Like D says, based on this, we could be in the relegation zone by the time we meet Liverpool. That is a scary thought. So I think Everton would win. Southampton Crystal Palace. What a game that is. What a game that is. I'd argue I hope for a Southampton win. But then again, no. That's talking rubbish. Crystal Palace. But you just never know. Tottenham, Bournemouth, you've got to fancy Tottenham at home. They got a win against Brighton undeservedly, but you've got to fancy Tottenham over Bournemouth. Wolves, Brentford. Wolves, big win against Chelsea. City have got to beat Leicester. West Ham, Arsenal. Again, I fancy Arsenal. And Nottingham Forest at home to Man United. I fancy Man United as good as Forest can be at home. And then we play. So we may not be in the relegation zone, but it at least we're going to know by Monday or Sunday evening what it's going to look like for Leeds United. You know what I mean? It's big. It's big. But like I say, our fixtures, the next 4 are massive. 6 points might be enough. 6 points might be enough. Out of them 4, I'd hope for 9. That's massively over-egging it, but we've got to try and beat Fulham, Leicester, and Bournemouth. Bournemouth, is a worry. Bournemouth is a worry. They've really turned the corner now. As I say, Fulham not great, and I still stand by the fact that in the FA Cup we were better than them. And then Leicester at home, what a huge game that is. I mean, April's massive, isn't it? Look at this. between the 17th and the 30th, we have 4 games, you know. In 13 days, man, 2 weeks, we've got 4 games. Mental. 2 weeks, we've got 4 games. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it, really? Yeah. I don't know. Point against Liverpool, is that best we can hope for? You know, I'm just bucketing these April fixtures now, because then after that, obviously, you know, we've got City away. We're not going to win that. Newcastle at home, doubt it. West Ham away, what a big game that could be. And then obviously Tottenham, you know. You know, so it's what it is. So there we go. Yeah, hopefully get a point. Philip Billing is a good player. Yeah, I like it. But April's massive now for Leeds United. It is absolutely massive. You know, I like to look at the numbers and 538. It still has Leeds outside of the drop zone, the bottom 3, Southampton, Forest and Leicester. Currently, Everton wedged in between us and Leicester. Obviously, prior to yesterday, we were looking nice, obviously, after beating Forest. We had a 10% chance of relegation. Obviously, we could have leapfrogged Palace. As it were, we got spanked 5-1, which affects the statistical data as well, which means we drop down and now have a 20% chance of relegation. And look at Crystal Palace. This could have been us, people. Crystal Palace have now less than a 1% chance of going down. And that's what that 5-1 win's done for them. And actually, Crystal Palace have a very, very favourable run as well. But it just shows you swings and roundabouts, you know. We beat Palace and you know, I listened to the Square Ball, and even Michael Normanton, who can be quite pessimistic, even he said, I think that would be enough. Of course, you know, you could still lose all the games and go down, but still would fancy us to get points in a few, and therefore over the course of the 8 games, you'd be all right. Now that we've lost and we've been spanked 5-1, you look at it and think, oh, damn. You know what I mean? Oh, damn. But yeah, look, turn around from Bournemouth. We've got to play them. We've got to play Leicester. And Fulham up there, look, on 39 points, currently 10 ahead of us, but yeah, not a which says I trust Javi. The wheels fell off yesterday and the players need a bollocking. Yeah, he needs to make changes. This is it. Yeah, can't have the same lineup next Monday. Let's play defensive and play for the draw like we did with Brian. Yeah, I think he will go with a low block and play us pretty deep. We won't want to be letting, you know, Salah, Nunez, etc. getting in behind us. So I do expect that to be the case. I do believe he needs to make changes though. But when we're going to play that type of football, it's hard to not play Bamford. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to not play Bamford in that situation. But yeah, it's a tough running. It is. It's very, very tough. I worry for Leeds United. What I want to do is just have a little run at this again. Obviously, revisit this and just see where we think the land lies over the course of the season. Between now, look, listen, there's only 8 games left for Leeds. It's all. Paul, I probably agree with you on this one, mate. I do probably agree one. Vorba should be back next Monday, you would imagine. Yeah. So the thing is, he does hold. There's a big drop off when Rodrigo leads, but maybe he'll go with Rodrigo and try play with pace like he did away at Arsenal when he played with Cine, etc. I think Cine was. Listen, I think Leeds United tactically as well should have gone down the left a lot more than we did. Why we weren't Firpo, you know, Rocker and Cine on that left-hand side. We went far too much down the right for me. You know, Sinister up against Joe Ward. He would have took his soul. He didn't do enough of it, man. You know, didn't do enough of it. So Newcastle, Brighton. Let's go for a 2-1 win to Newcastle. I want to get your thoughts as well, folks. Okay. So Manchester City, West Ham. Let's get some score predictions on that. We're going to have to go for a Manchester City win, clearly. I think Manchester City beat West Ham. That's a game that's still to be. Brighton, Man United. I could see a Brighton win. been really good at home. Liverpool versus Fulham. You've got to fancy Liverpool, right? You've got to fancy Liverpool. Let's go to the next one. I'll put 9. It definitely won't be 2-9. Right, this is the next round of fixtures, folks. So this is next Saturday. Aston Villa, Newcastle. Form Aston Villa are in, chasing Europe. I could see a draw. Chelsea versus Brighton. I'm going to go for a Brighton win, just because Chelsea are pants. Everton, Fulham. Everton, Fulham. I think Everton win that one, unfortunately, for Leeds United. Saints, Palace. What we're saying about Saints and Palace, folks. Let me know. Get your score predictions in. I'm not too sure on how that one goes. Get your score predictions in on a Southampton Palace win. We need the real Tyler Roberts back here. I don't think Fulham will beat them. Palace 3-1, says David Smith. We'll go with that. I think that's very generous, but hopefully you're right. I mean, they just spanked us 5. Tottenham, Bournemouth. I think Tottenham win that. I do. Harry Kane's son scoring the other day as well. Wolves, Brentford. Brentford win. Do we think, or is that a draw? Sean says draw. He's going for a 0-0. Let's do it. City versus Leicester. City 4-0. Grealish and Haaland cooking. West Ham versus Arsenal. I won't even give West Ham a goal. Arsenal just too good. 2-0. Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. You've got to back Manchester United, chasing top 4, etc. What we're saying, give me a score prediction on Forest, Man United, folks. Don't forget to smash a like on the video as well for me, please. We've got 127 likes. There's over 400 people watching, so please smash a like on it for me. 3-0 Man United. Okay, we'll take that. Right, okay. We getting a point. Do we get a point against Liverpool? Do we get a point against Liverpool? Someone give me a score prediction. Big up Ian. Big up Ian. Welcome back. Leeds 2-1, says Sean Healy. I think a draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 with Ethan. Okay, let's go to... I got an ad blocker as well, folks. It's doing me my head in, the amount of ad blockers. Let's not even calculate it. We'll wait till the end before we calculate. Right. Game week 32, Arsenal versus Southampton. Arsenal at home. They probably will concede, but will score 4. Man United versus Chelsea. I could see a 1-1 draw. Fulham versus Leeds. Give me some Fulham versus Leeds. I genuinely think we could win this. No, Josh, I listen, I do think we could get a draw. Honestly, I do. I do think we could get a point. Fulham versus Leeds. Yeah, James, you're right, mate. You are right, James. It's just difficult, isn't it? Leeds beat Fulham, says D. If he's saying it, most people are going for draws. Should we go for another draw? Jane says, no chance we get a draw, Dreamland. We beat him at at Anfield, you never know. Right, let's go for a draw in this one as well. People are saying draw. Crystal Palace versus Everton. You've got a fancy Palace now, haven't you? They're flying. Everton not great away from home. Brentford versus Villa. I could see a draw. Liverpool versus Forest. As bad as Liverpool are at Anfield, they're a totally different kettle of fish. Forest are terrible away. They win that one. Leicester Wolves. I think that one could be a draw as well, you know. Do you know what? I go as far as to say it's a 0-0. D keeps putting Palace 5. Brighton, Man United. This could be a difficult one, but it don't really affect us. But let's go for it. I just think City. Sorry, Man City aren't falling at the minute. So Bournemouth versus West Ham. Someone give me a Bournemouth versus West Ham one, please. Someone give me a Bournemouth versus West Ham. Brian says 0-0. I think 0-0 for Bournemouth, West Ham. 1-1. I've got a lot of 1-1s. Let's go for a draw in that one then. Newcastle Spurs. Newcastle win at home 1-0. Okay. Next one. Let's go. Wolves versus Palace. D's going to go for another 5-1. I think Wolves might nick one there. What do you reckon? 2-1, says Jane. Let's go. Villa versus Fulham. Again, not really concerned about fancy Villa. Leeds Leicester. Leeds Leicester, 9 o'clock, that one. I think it's a BT Sport or an Amazon game. Leeds Leicester, someone give me a Leeds Leicester score. Make sure you put the names of the teams so I know it's that one, because I think I've been putting ones for earlier ones in. Leeds Leicester. 2-0 Leeds, says Sean Healy. We'll take it. Forest versus Brighton. Brighton are too good. Sorry, Forest. West Ham versus Liverpool. I think West Ham could nick one just because Liverpool are woeful. I'm going to give it West Ham. Chelsea Brentford again, draw. Not really asked. We've had a super chat coming in. Matty D, beautiful game. Follow him on YouTube. Says thought of Ailing against Nunes and Gakpo next week. Yeah, not great, bro. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it?
Big man thing, yeah, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
It's definitely not looking good, man. Definitely not. Right, okay. City Arsenal, draw. We'll go for a 2-2 draw. Everton versus Newcastle. Newcastle chasing top 4. What we saying? 3-1 the Geordies, says David Smith. We'll take it. Go. Southampton Bournemouth down on the south coast. What a game that's going to be. Someone give me a Southampton versus Bournemouth one. Southampton versus Bournemouth, folks. 3-2 Bournemouth, says Lewis United. That'll be a game for the ages. Tottenham versus Man United. I think Man United win. Okay. Palace West Ham. Palace win. I didn't put a goal in there. Brighton Wolves. I think Brighton win that for sure. Brighton too good. Brentford Forest. Brentford win that. They smoke Forest. Forest are going down. Arsenal beat them 2-1. Bournemouth Leeds. Someone give me Bournemouth Leeds. D's 5-1, man. 5-1 every game. D's put for Palace. I love it. Leeds always win 1-0 at the Cherries. We take the beach. Right, let's do it. 1-0 Leeds. Fulham Man City again. Man City just cooking. Man United beat Villa. Newcastle beat Southampton. Southampton probably down at this point. Liverpool, Tottenham 2-1. Leicester Everton. Someone give me a Leicester Everton one. I can't call that one. I'm really interested to see what the calculation does right at the end here. Leicester Everton, people. I think Leicester might win at home, but we'll go with Terry. He's gone 2-1. He's gone 2-1 to Everton in that one. Let's move on. Okay. Bournemouth Chelsea. I reckon Bournemouth do a madness. Chelsea are brutal. Tottenham Palace. Tottenham win that. Not that these affect us anymore because they're probably outside. Wolves Villa, I think a draw just because it's a derby. Liverpool Brentford. Liverpool win at Anfield 2-1. Man City Leeds 5-0. Sorry. Newcastle Arsenal. That's a draw. West Ham versus Man United. 2-1 Man United. Fulham versus Leicester again. Draw there. Brighton Everton. I've got a draw for Everton. Forest versus Southampton. This is Southampton definitely down at this point. This is where it starts to get worrying for Leeds United. Villa Tottenham. 2-0 Villa. Palace Bournemouth. 2-1, not 5-1 D. Arsenal versus Brighton. Arsenal win that, although it'd be a tight game. Brentford West Ham. Brentford, too good at home. Chelsea Forest. Chelsea actually win one. They beat Forest. Forest are woeful. Everton versus City. Again, sorry, Everton, but City are just cooking. Southampton versus Fulham. Southampton win. Leeds Newcastle. 1-0 Leeds. I'm having it. What we saying? Am I over-egging it? Give me... I'll let you choose. Terry says Leeds 0, Newcastle 4. I think we're being very harsh, but Leicester, Liverpool, 1-1s. Man United beat Wolves 3-1. Okay, move on. 2 games left of the season, folks. Bournemouth, Man United win. Brighton, Southampton, draw on the South Coast. Fulham, Palace, 1-3 Palace. We've got Palace winning every game now after this. No way we beat Newcastle. What did I put? I've changed it anyway, man. I got 4-0. Liverpool versus Villa at home. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Villa still in the hunt for Europe, probably. City smoke Chelsea. Lampard took them down. Newcastle, Leicester, 2-0. Newcastle, Forest, Arsenal. Tottenham, Brentford will go for a 2-1. West Ham, Leeds. Someone give me West Ham. West Ham, Leeds. First one in. Stephen Clarkson's gone for a 2-0 Leeds win. We've done it before. Jack Harrison got an hat-trick down there. Wolves, Everton to draw. Okay. Last game of the season, folks, before we hit that calculation button, are Leeds United destined for the drop? We shall have to wait and see. Aston Villa, Brighton, draw. Crystal Palace, Forest, Crystal Palace, 3-12. Nice. Arsenal beat Wolves. More than 3. They score more than that, don't they, against poor teams. Brentford, City, 2-1 City. Chelsea, Newcastle, 1s. Everton, Bournemouth. Everton on last day of the season, get a 2-0 win, probably survive the drop. Southampton, Liverpool, probably get a point just because it's Leeds, Tottenham, Ellen Road. Leeds, Tottenham, Ellen Road. Come on now. Jack, I haven't given us points in every game, mate. Let's have a look. Okay, we got a point against Liverpool. A point against Fulham. Win Leicester, which are not out of the realms a possibility. Beat Bournemouth. Battered by City. Lost to Newcastle. Beat West Ham. I'm going on what the chats are saying, man. We ain't got points in every game, have we? What? I tell you what, tell me what to change, Jack. Tell me what to change. You tell me what to change, bro. Liverpool beat us. Yeah, we'll go for that. We'll go for a Liverpool win then. Okay. What else do you want me to change, bro? What else do you want me to change? Any more? Fulham? Do you see us getting beat at Fulham? I think we can get something against Fulham. I think we can get something against Leicester. I asked the chat, Bournemouth. Okay, Michael Pollard, do you reckon they beat us? I'm not sure. 5-0 against City, lost to Newcastle. Beat West Ham away. Should we go for a West Ham beat Leeds? Should we go for a draw there? We'll go for a draw there, eh? Or do you want us to beat? I think we go for a draw. 2-0 Bournemouth, someone says. Okay, we'll give them that as well. You can beat everywhere we go. Okay, so Bournemouth beat us. We lose to City. We lose to Newcastle. We draw against West Ham. Last game of the season. Then who wants to give me the Leeds one? Leeds versus Spurs. Dylan says you don't beat West Ham away. Maybe not. Maybe not. I've changed it now anyway. I know. Debateland's Ratcher. Leeds, Tottenham. 1-1. Okay. Leicester, West Ham. Big one. Leicester, West Ham. Leicester, West Ham. Someone gives the Leicester, West Ham, please. 2-1. Man United, Fulham 3-0. Man United on the final day. Let's go. Leeds not relegated. Leeds not relegated, even after changing all them. Okay. Leeds not relegated. The bottom 3 stays as it is right now. And that's what, by 4 points as well. By 4 points. Do you know what I mean? So even though we changed it, we're still out. We're still out. I was genuinely thinking we was going to be relegated then, people. Oh, yes, Jason we're on a title charge. Exactly. And that's with, right, let's have a look. That's with Leeds drawing on the final day, drawing with West Ham, getting beat by Newcastle, beat by City. So only getting 2 points of the last 4. Getting beat by Bournemouth. Beating Leicester at home, which is fine. A point away at Fulham and getting beat by Liverpool. So he's literally like winning one more game or something and we're still staying out. You are a disgrace, Joe. How do you have Leeds to lose to Palace 5-0? So we're staying up, people. We're staying up. This has made me feel a little bit better, people. Because we're getting beat by Bournemouth, we're getting beat by everyone, yeah, and we're still staying up. Oh, mate, we've got Palace on a mad one. Palace beat everyone 5-1. Obviously, it's not going to be too thing, but this is why therapy is good. I have actually come off this feeling better, I can't lie. Because I'm like going, yo, even if we lose to everybody, we're still staying up. Obviously, let's just have a look at Leicester's results, see how we got them. So we got Leicester getting beat by City, which will happen, yeah. 0-0 against Wolves. We beating them. Where are they there? Losing Everton at home. Drawing with Fulham. Drawing with Liverpool. Losing to Newcastle. And then winning on the final day. I'm not sure. I think they might get more points than that. But even still, it's still 4. It's still 4. Still 4. Yeah, I do, Paul. I do. Yes, Andrew. Exactly. This is what this is for. What do you do if you were Leeds manager? Make changes, bro. Yeah, the last 4 are for sure. The last 4 are. We'll wait and see. But as it stands, folks, Leeds United have got another season in the Premier League. Yeah. Snowy says, brilliant, we can do it. Beat Liverpool, it all changes. We always pick our game up against Liverpool. Chance for the double. Yeah, true, Snowy. Confidence isn't high right now. I'm actually more confident after this video than I was before this video. I can't lie. Listen, come Friday when we start to look at Liverpool, Thursday, Friday, we'll be all right. And look, if results don't go out, let me reset this, right? And what I'm going to do is just look at this weekend's fixtures, right? And just to see if we will be in the bottom 3 prior to playing Liverpool, all right? So, Villa-Newcastle, that's not going to affect us, but let's go for a Newcastle win. Chelsea-Brighton, I think Brighton might do them. Everton-Fulham, Everton win that one for me, okay? Southampton-Palace, we're going for Palace? Palace are on a different thing now. Tottenham beat Bournemouth, I think, at home, okay? Wolves-Brentford, I think Brentford win. If anyone disagrees, let me know. City-Leicester, City will cook Leicester. It is what it is. West Ham-Arsenal, Arsenal will win. Forest-Man United, Man United, best win. Tottenham... Southampton Palace draw, says the Everton fan. I'll change that for you. Right, so let's calculate it now. Right? That is before we've played a game, right? Now, obviously, if Forest were to beat Man United, then, we might drop in there. I can't see that. Leicester City, they've got City. That's not going to happen. Southampton have got Palace. Now, even if Southampton win, let me just have a look. We're still out of the bottom 3. So Leicester win? No way. So this weekend's favourable to Leeds United in terms of fixtures, right? So even if we get beat by Liverpool, we'll still be okay. You know, Josh, that's fine. You know, maybe we won't, but will Forest, Southampton, the big ones are Forest and Leicester, because the gap to them, like even if Leicester win, which they won't because they're playing City, if Leicester win, they're on 28. So they're still not out of the drop zone. If Southampton win, they're on 26, still not out of the drop zone. If Forest get a point, they're still below us. If they beat Man United at home, which I don't think they will, Casemiro's coming back as well, then they get out. So the only way we will be in the drop zone this weekend is if Forest beat Man United at home. So even if we were to lose to Liverpool, as long as results go as they're predicted, we won't be in the bottom three. Now, that's a reason to be positive. And then we have Fulham and Leicester, which we have to and must take maximum points from. Yeah, true, Orwood. And we didn't take that chance. That's what I'm saying. If you look at 538 now, they've got Crystal Palace, yeah? If I share this with you, with a less than 1% chance of going down now. You know what I mean? That could have been us. Instead of that, what's happened is we've gained 10%. You know? So, yeah, no, I agree, bro. I agree they can. But if... Juan says, I still think we're fine, but yesterday, yeah. And I woke up in a brutal mood. And doing this video and chatting with users made me feel better. I can't lie to you. 2 wins and we're safe. Hopefully, bro. But yeah, look, I don't think we'll be in the bottom 3 come Liverpool, because even if Southampton and Leicester win, they're not catching us anyway, because the gap. Forest would have to beat Man United. And Everton would have to win as well in order to leapfrog us. Now, Everton are playing Fulham at home. I think Everton will win that, but yeah. Yeah, mate, I was looking forward to playing this, you know.
Guess who's back again.
But I mean, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, true. We needed it, bro. Yeah, Scott, Man United have Casemiro back. Yes, man. We'll be fine. We're going to be fine, aren't we? Yeah, I get it, bro. I get it. I felt like that as well. It's been brutal, but we're up. We're better. We're doing well. Listen, final word tonight will be on at around about 6 or 7, so make sure you join me for that. Thanks, as always, for watching the Just Joe Football Show. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and, of course, hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the bit. We're going to be all right, man. I'm telling you. It's all good now.